Long before it got the heart rate of an enthusiast through the roof, this badge was a proving ground.
Skoda has been rallying longer than most of us have been driving. And in rallying, there's no such thing as a perfect road.
We about to shut it down. Okay.
Loose surfaces, broken patches, grip that's constantly changing. Rallying is basically India on a Tuesday morning.
No talking, all I wanna see is action. Let's rage, I ain't got no time to ask it. Hey, let's get out the way. We about to play, shut up.
You take a look at this and see a low-slung performance sedan. Big wheels, lots of power, low ground clearance. It must be a pain to drive on Indian roads, let alone a trail. But this comes from rallying. And in rallying, bad roads are literally the brief. You can feel it in the chassis. There's a certain level of toughness that's built right into it, because the Octavia RS, let's be honest, is not meant to do any of this. But if you ask it nicely, it will hold your hand and dance. But the true brilliance of Skoda lies here. It's in making its entry-level SUV have that same feeling through its chassis, that same sniff of rallying pedigree. The familiar TSI punch, but most of all, Skodas, for as long as I can remember, have always felt like they've been engineered by people who like to drive. Engineered by enthusiasts. That's the thing I love about Skodas. It's not one big headline feature. It's 100 small, correct decisions, and that's what makes their cars so good. But to truly experience them, you need to cut out the chaos. Welcome to Coast. Unlike any other FIA-grade circuit in the country, this one runs anti-clockwise. There's fast dips, there's blind crests, there's kinks, and if you get any of them wrong, it's a rather embarrassing call to the towing service, because the margin for error on this track in specific looks a little bit like this. 0. Should be fun then. You'd expect a four-door sedan to feel mundane on a racetrack like this. But the Octavia RS is about as mundane as taking a shot of adrenaline right in the arm. The first thing you get to appreciate is the powertrain. This 2-liter TSI just pulls and pulls and pulls, and it keeps on pulling. And on a track like this, driving flat out is when you realize why the world-famous DSG is world-famous. Straights, entry, apex, exit is always in the right gear at the right time, every single time. It picks up speed so fast and then masks it so well with its abilities that before you know it, you're flying through the corners faster than you have time to stop and think. Think how this is even possible. Two things: weight balance and electronics. The Octavia is blessed with a very large behind, and yes, that means great luggage space, but on a track like this, it also acts like a pendulum to help rotate the rear end for a corner. And then there is, of course, the electronic limited slip diff, because corner entry is one thing, but 265 horses going to the front wheels on a hot day like today with a heavy foot like mine is one way to find out the Octavia's rallying legacy. And that's on the runoffs of these corners, if you know what I mean. But thanks to this limited slip diff, you can pretty much keep the throttle pinned on exit, and it just holds its line with one hand on the wheel. It's like a cheat code. It's really, I mean, a front wheel drive car should not be doing this on road tires, but you know what? It is. And that's what the VRS has always been, actually. It's not spiky, not intimidating. It's not a car you fight. It's usable speed every day over pretty much everything.
Level up, level up, level up, let's go.
Now this is where you'd expect things to start falling apart. I mean, let's be honest, it's an SUV on a racetrack, except it really doesn't.
Sure, this being an SUV, there is relatively more roll than a performance sedan, but it is so well contained that it's actually helping you further load up the front end to pitch it into corners.
The chassis is so well balanced, the steering is communicative, and you can lean hard on the brakes lap after lap in a manner that really should not be possible in an entry-level SUV like this. Yeah, okay, there's no 7 screens in this cabin, but the driving experience really makes you forget all of that.
And yes, I know what you're thinking. Not many of us are fortunate enough to drive on a racetrack, but the thing is that all of these traits that make Skodas great on a racetrack make them not just nicer to drive on the road, but safer as well.
The same communicative steering allows you to make a last-minute save on a highway. The confident brakes save you literally from your own mistakes. And the sharp communicative front end means that you make less mistakes in general. These cars genuinely have so much headroom when it comes to turning, stopping and going that if, or actually when, a hairy situation arises in the real world, you're still well within the limits of what the car can do.
The market right now is obsessed with features. Bigger screens, more tech, things that look great in a brochure, but they mean nothing 6 months down the line. Skoda has always done it differently.
They have just focused on how a car drives. And that's why whether it's this or this, it still feels great from behind the wheel. And that will never go out of style.